Yo girl. I wanna.
Hi and welcome back. Basically, a few years ago, or maybe 2 years ago, I made a video about my skincare routine, and no one has asked for this, but I'm updating that. I thought I'd just go through the products and stuff I use on my skin. Like, I don't know if this is gonna be boring, but like, I just thought I'd do like a skincare haul routine-ish sort of video thing, if that makes sense. So yeah, just the stuff I use on my skin and what I do to my skin, for my skin, how I look after my skin. And in no way, shape or form is my skin perfect, like it's far from, but I just thought I'd do it. Yeah, so I'm just gonna show you all the products I use and like kind of go through step by step why I use them, when I use them, what I eat, what I don't eat, and all that sort of stuff, you know. Anyway, so let's start with the products. So you guys know I love The Ordinary. I love The Ordinary so much. First of all, I should really start with the Body Shop stuff. So if you're wearing makeup, obviously take it off before you sleep. I use, you know, some wipes, literally any wipes. Like, I have no preference in terms of wipes. The brand Simple had some like exfoliating wipes and I was like, ooh. But it hurt to use because it was like rough. It was like sandpaper low-key. I personally didn't like that. But anyway, any wipes that are just smooth and like, you know, get rid of the makeup. And then it's really important to wash your face. Every single time I leave my makeup on, I wake up with worse skin. I don't know why. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It's because I didn't take the makeup off. Just take your makeup off, it'll be a lot easier. I use this tea tree line from the Body Shop. The toner, this is like the 3-in-1 wash scrub mask thing. Very strong. Like, maybe not really as good for the winter. But yeah, 3-in-1 mask, toner. Take my makeup off and wash my face with this. Really good. I also use this tea tree oil, like the pure tea tree oil from the Body Shop. Not on my whole face, just like if I were to get a spot or like a pimple or something like that. I use this like directly on the spot and put it there like 1-2 nights and then it should disappear. Do you know what I mean? Like, I love that stuff. And I've had this for such a long time and literally only this much has been used. Like, I only need to buy this once every 6 months max. Like, it's just so small and so handy, but you don't need a lot of it. Overall, tea tree is really good for the skin. Anti-inflammatory, good for redness, acne, swelling, all of that stuff. Just make sure you moisturize really well. If you have dry skin, just make sure if you are going to use tea tree, you use it with something else. And I want to point out that I'm not a dermatologist whilst I'm saying all this stuff. This is just what I found works best for me and my skin and what I've picked up from the internet and reading loads of different stuff and all of that. So I'm not a dermatologist, you know, I don't have a degree in dermatology, but yeah, it's just my experience. But yeah, you can get these obviously in the Body Shop. Obviously the products I'm going to show you from The Ordinary, you can get from The Ordinary itself, but you can also get them from Amazon. I like to get them on there just because I have Prime delivery, isn't it? So next day, really quick. And if you don't know already, I have an Amazon storefront page that you can go and shop my fave items. So feel free, you know, click the link in the description if you're interested in that. All my favorite products like skincare, health, like all the stuff I put in smoothies and technology, other stuff, books, whatever it is. So feel free to go check that out in my Amazon shop thing. So shout out to Amazon. But yeah, so the tea tree stuff, love that. Next, The Ordinary. So let me just explain what each of these things are. Hyaluronic acid. Oh my gosh, I'm almost done. I use this twice a day. It's really hydrating. So in the winter especially, obviously you should hydrate all the time, but in the winter especially, love this. Especially after using tea tree. It's just, you know, perfect. It's complimentary product. But yeah, I recently started using this, the niacinamide. I actually really love it. I've been using it for like a week and already seen a difference. Like, it's great. I sound like I'm really trying to sell this, but I genuinely just love it. I think it's vitamin B3, if I'm correct. And yeah, it's really good for hyperpigmentation, evening out skin tone. Also, it encourages collagen production in your skin. And I don't like to use products that have collagen in them. So the fact that that just, you know, promotes the natural production of it is great. But yeah, because collagen products tend to, I feel like my face goes really stiff and it goes really tight for some reason. Another thing, borage seed oil. Yeah, 100% borage seed oil. This is one of those oils that you can use and it doesn't leave your skin oily. Do Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes when you can use oils and it just overdoes it, and then you end up with spots because you've used oil. This is good because it's not one of those products that does that. It's kind of like avocado oil. If you use avocado oil on your skin, it's like similar to that. I use this at night time. I like to put, you know, to really not lather, but really put a generous amount on and just let it sink in overnight. And then I wake up and my skin feels all smooth and just, yeah. Oh, and by the way, I don't use all of these every day because I don't want to overdo it, but yeah. Lactic acid, this low-key makes my skin peel, but not in a bad way, in a good way, because it's like getting rid of the dead skin. So it's good for uneven skin tone, hyperpigmentation. It also is meant to like reduce the appearance of pores and stuff. So yeah, another thing that I recently got as well, mandelic acid. This has also got a bit of hyaluronic acid in it as well. This is like a gentle acid. So unlike lactic acid, which you can literally feel, I would put lactic acid on my skin and then go to put something else on top, and I can literally just like feel it's like very small grains. And at first I was like, what is this? Like, what's going on? And then I realized it was peeling off the dead skin. Anyway, so yeah, mandelic acid is just really soft and gentle to the skin. So yeah, this is good for like acne scarring maybe, but yeah, it's just really gentle. I don't know, I feel like my skin is so much more sensitive in the winter just because it's cold and like it dries out faster. In the summer I feel like I'm a lot easier with the whole skincare thing because the sun just does it for me. Like vitamin D. Last thing from The Ordinary is the natural moisturizing factors, and this also has hyaluronic acid. You're seeing a pattern. Hyaluronic acid, A star for hydration. But yeah, I like to use this in the morning underneath, like if I'm wearing makeup or anything, I will always have this on underneath. Just because it's a really good moisturizer that's really light. You don't have to put a lot on, and it's just a nice yeah, it's moisturizer at the end of the day. Use whatever you want, isn't it? I will use like one serum and then the moisturizer in the morning, and then I'll use maybe 2 serums max at nighttime, and then an oil on top of that before I sleep. So that's kind of like how I balance it, because you don't want to overdo it. So I just like to keep it as simple as possible. Like I've used this stuff and I have sensitive skin, and my skin is dry in the winter and then kind of combination in the summer. So if you're kind of like trying to compare what you should do to what I do, there you go. Obviously what works for me might not work for you, so it is all about just finding what works best for your skin, as everyone loves to say. What else? Okay, so in terms of what I eat and what I don't eat and all of that, what I found personally is that dairy really messes up my skin. And it's a shame because I love pizza. I love pizza so much. I love cookies, so I try to avoid dairy, or strategically avoid dairy, if that makes sense. So if I know I've got like a lot of filming to do a certain week, I'll avoid dairy for like a week prior, if that makes sense. Obviously in moderation is fine, but if I'm having dairy every day, my skin is not going to be loving me for it. Obviously hydration, drink water, all of that, whatever. For me, I'm not the best person when it comes to drinking water. I drink a lot of tea, so I have green tea maybe 3 times, 4 times a day. I don't know if that's a lot, so I guess that's kind of how I stay hydrated. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. As I said before, all these products you can find in my Amazon shop, so click the link in the description if you want to shop my fave items and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn notifications on so you don't miss any videos. I'm gonna go now. I'll see you next time. So bye.